and you're vibing, and you're vibing with Reeves. Yeah. I need to come up with a Vibe with Reeves theme song. There's no reason to not have one as a producer and an artist. There's no reason. So I will do that. I will work on that. You know, it won't even be that long. Trust me, it won't. It'll be good. Just dun, 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 dun. I don't care, even if it's just a riser and me saying, vibing. At the end, I don't care. It's gonna be something. You're gonna rock with it, trust me. And you're vibing with Reeves. And this episode, this episode, mm, can't wait. This episode will be dedicated to taking the first step or steps, first step, you know, because sometimes you think about the long journey, you think, dang, it's so far, so much stuff I have to do. You might easily become, intimidated. It's human nature. You might be intimidated when you look at, damn, look how much I have to get done. Look how much I have to get accomplished. Hey, I've done it too. Not like I'm sitting there like, yeah, you guys. No, me too. I'm cool with that. But the thing that helps is maybe breaking it down and say, okay, take piece by piece, step by step, and plan it out. Sometimes you just got to get started. Sometimes you just got to get started. But before we go there and take that step, I want to talk about my pet peeve. One of my pet peeves. Not going to be a whole long rant, but it's just going to be pet, some pet peeves. It's like mini rants, but pet peeves. When people talk about other people, but don't realize they dissing themselves at the same time. They don't realize that, hey, while you're pointing that one finger at yourself, every other finger is pointing at you, at them. They're like, "Ugh, look at you. Ugh." It's like the dudes that sit back and say, yeah, you're not treating your girlfriend right. You're not right. You're not treating your woman right. Like, dude, you're on your way to your side chick house right now. What are you talking about? You, what are you talking about? You're disrespecting her as we speak. You don't even speak highly of her. If you say, hey, how's your lady doing? Oh, that bitch. That dumb motherfucker. Like, damn. But if anyone else say, but then when it's time to lecture someone, you want to pop out. See, and that's why you need to treat these women like a queen. Like, which one is it, bro? So people like that just it's pet peeve. It's like, dude, you're judging people for doing the same exact thing you do. It's wild. It's wild. But there's people who will do that and and some of them don't have an ounce of self-awareness to realize that's what they did. It's like, what? What do you mean I'm judging people for doing what I'm doing? No, I'm telling you to not do that. Yeah, but while you're doing it, it's like me saying, hey, you need to stop drinking. Put that beer down while I'm guzzling the tequila right out the bottle. But there's people out there who want it like that. What can you do for them? Hope and pray they change. But yeah. Or tell them about themselves. Maybe they don't realize. But yeah, that's it. And now we took that step. Now let's talk about taking the big steps. The first step. Because when you have this big plan, big dream, or you're interested in doing something, sometimes that first step into the unknown is like, wow. It might not even be unknown. You might know about it. You're just like, dang, it's a lot of work coming with all this. So you might know, you might have done it before, but so yeah. So you can do it. I say sometimes just do it. Sometimes think on it, pray on it, research, and don't research until you, you get scared. You know, I've done it before. You research till you land up in the land of analysis paralysis, where it's too busy thinking, what if this go wrong? What if that go wrong? What if this go wrong? What if that go wrong? Why if this go wrong? What if this all goes wrong? What if this almost goes right? Then it goes three times is wrong. Like, nah, don't do that to yourself. No. Drive yourself crazy. And if you're crazy, you drive yourself crazier. Craziest. Don't do it. Like, let's say you wanna do a let's say you wanna go streaming. You wanna start streaming. Where you're like, dang, I need this, I need that, I need the cameras, I need the cameras, I need the thing, the tripod. I need the mics. I need the interface, the audio interface. I need this. I need that. I need the speakers. I need to hook up the crib. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need camera operators. I need this. I need that. I need people to do graphics. I need cool people to hang out with, like a cast or the crew. You know what I mean? I need someone to record the audio. I need everything. And then you say, how I'm going to get this, how I'm going to get that. And then next thing you know, think of all these things, and you might think of it on a level of the big time people that's winning and doing it big. You can't think of it exactly like you're going to start off there. That's what's going to mess you up. You're not going to start off there. You're going to start off smaller. You- unless you just have the budget like that ready for you. You have the budget to wait and you have the funds allocated to the appropriate areas so you can make these moves. You say, oh, then never mind what I said. You got to just pay for it. But other than that, you may have to start piece by piece. You may have to start with your phone and your laptop or your tablet. I'm serious though. You might have to start with just your phone and your tablet, laptop. And if you don't have that, just start with phone. And then, go to different apps. They have apps that can help with that, apps and different software, things that can help with like screen recording. To record the inside of your screen, like OBS Studio, I run IRIUN webcam, for the webcam thing. Turn your cell phone to a webcam. Yeah, that way you could toggle back and forth between what you're doing on your phone and the other view, so you got two different angles. I've been doing that on the last few videos I've done lately, as far as my producer content available on YouTube. Check it out. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow on YouTube. Mr. Reeves is here. Yeah. So, I had to give myself that shout out. But anyway, that's what I'm starting. Even if you're doing on Zoom, let's say you do a podcast, you might start on Zoom. What's wrong with that? You start as your money progress and your fanship progress, you can afford to do more. You can elevate, but don't be afraid to start. You might not start big, because I think people look at the final destination and look at people at the biggest point and say, that's how I have to start. No, the people you're looking at, most likely you're looking at them at the height, at the highest height or close to it. You're looking at people at the pinnacle, like you have to start there. No one starts from there unless they're like a trust fund baby and they just have money to blow and they could just ask the parent, uh, just tell me $1 million. I need to do this. Fine. I go do it. No, no, other than that, you probably have to work. You get your shit, right? All right then. So yeah, you might start different. You might start with just your phone, or you might have a smaller camera, DSLR camera, whatever it is. Just start. Start. Get a Instagram, start up. You want to have 1 million followers as soon as you start? No, the dirty work starts from step one. You have to be in the trenches. You have to get it. You're not going to start off where you want to be. You look at the people who are successful and you see where they are now. Don't think you're going to start off there because they didn't start off there. They started off probably closer to where you at now, and they worked towards it. So don't be afraid to start working. Don't think, oh damn, I gotta be in this big studio and have the cameras. No, you can elevate and get there. Shoot, I'm gonna get there too. But you're gonna get there, and it might not be on someone else's schedule, but it'll work out. Sometimes that's the other thing. We sit back and say, "Oh, it happened on my time," and yeah, you might have your goals and you try to accomplish your goals, but the timing might suck. The timing might not be to your liking. You're like, damn, you can still succeed. It just might be a little bit off. You might say, damn, I thought I would have been doing this like a year or two ago. Now I'm just starting to see motion. Should you just quit because you wanted it 2 years ago and it didn't happen then? Or she said, oh man, I'm still going at it. 3 years ain't nothing happened. Maybe I should quit. Why? Not everything is an instant success story, you know? Even if you're going to college, you think you're just going to graduate instantly? Like, yeah, I just took a class. Now I graduated. Life don't work like that. You gotta put in your work, gonna take time. So being impatient really isn't gonna serve you well. And let's say you wanna rap, you wanna MC, you wanna release your music. I say research, apply what you learn, but take it step by step. Get used to recording. You might now you record yourself easier than before. Before, you had to have all the mics set up and you still could have that, but I mean, you couldn't rap to your phone before. You could record to your phone to hear how you sound like, and be like, nah, that's not good. This is good. You get a basic understanding of how to spit. Pardon me. You you can go. You can go. Now there's more programs on the computer you can use. There's stuff you can use for free, and then there's stuff for the low. You might not afford to be able to go for the industry standard at first. Start where you at. Start where you at and work your way up. Maybe, some of the free recording software you have out there, get that, you know. Maybe you can't afford the biggest mic. There's a cheaper mic, get that. Maybe you can't afford that $800 mic. Maybe you can't even afford that $250 mic right now. Eh, Well, that $100, the $80 mic is in your price range. Get the 80. you know, get it, get that start. Just start. Because sometimes people spend so much time trying to get all the things to start. They say, I can't start yet. I got to get this. I can't start yet. I got to get that. I can't start yet. I got to get this. Then they're getting 50,000 things to start. And then once they got the things, now, okay, now I can start and you don't know how to do it. Now you're like, oh, go to things. Why I can't do it? Because a, you have enough money and enough equipment and it looks like a nice studio or whatever, but you don't even know how to turn shit on. You didn't start. You don't even know how to make a drum beat on your equipment yet. Now you gotta learn mad pieces of equipment at once. Now you have to learn, oh, now I have to learn how to do this, that, and this at once. You just like, oh, I get this, I'll be perfect. Now you gotta practice everything at once. Now if you start with that one piece, you say, oh, I got it, I got this almost mastered. I know how to do this. Now I could step on that. That's if you want to produce and rap. But if you just want to rap, it's still easier, practice rapping. Ciphers. perform on stage. You know, you're gonna wait till you're a famous artist and you're performing in front of 50,000 people at the stadium or some shit, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, now I can practice rapping. I got a huge hit." I mean, nowadays you could luck up into a situation where you got that one song to blow up, but how long will you last if people say this person can't even perform their song? So, open mics. Go to some open mics. Don't be discouraged if you don't have a bunch of people coming with you. Some people get mad if at the thought of performing at a place that isn't packed. Why? You don't even have your thing down yet. You don't have your 1-2 down yet. You know, if you can't perform in front of three people, how you think you're gonna perform in front of 300 people? If you can't perform in front of 300, what makes you think you're gonna perform in front of thousands of people? You may say, "Yeah, I'm saving myself, saving myself." Then you get to a big stage and being shot to see that sea full of people, and you're like, just stuck in shock because you didn't have any training. There was nothing beforehand. It was just, I want to rap. Now I'm in front of all these people. Now, if you say I want to rap and you just like, okay, I'm in front of this amount of people, I'm in front of this, in front of that, I'm in front of three people now, in front of 10 people now, in front of 15 now, in front of 20, 25, 30, 50, 100, now a couple hundred, then you go into a couple thousand, then it's crazy, and you rap in stadiums like Kendrick Lamar or something. He took it from there. You think he just came out and instantly was a superstar? No, no, he wasn't. He was doing demos and mixtapes too. And Kim, yeah, Kendrick Lamar was doing mixtapes, demos, all that. You know, Good Kid, Mad City wasn't even his first project. If y'all think that wasn't his first. That wasn't even the first project he did under his name. 'Cause before that, he was K Dot. Before he was going to Kendrick Lamar, he was going under the name K Dot. So he had an album before that, Section 80. Then he had mixtapes and EPs before that. He was going on stage. He was a hype man before. He's a hype man for J Rock. See, there's people paying their dues, taking it step by step, performing anywhere they can, making an opportunity to they get to the next opportunity, to the next big opportunity, and they're preparing, they're taking their steps. If you don't take the steps, if an opportunity does arrive in front of your face, you might not be prepared for it because you never took any steps. So you want to do it, your heart's in the right place, but you're not skilled enough to handle it yet because you didn't take any steps. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. But you didn't take step one, two, three, four. You didn't take step one. You just want to do it. So if you don't take the steps to get there, if the opportunity just land in your lap, you're gonna fumble it and it's gonna fall. You're gonna mess up an opportunity that fell in your lap and it might not come again. Not saying you won't get it. You'll probably have to go hard and make your opportunity. you know, so that's the thing. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, but you can't get ready if you don't take that first step. You gotta first step, jump off the porch and say, okay, I gotta rap in front of people, gotta do ciphers, gotta put my stuff out there. Some people don't even want to put their songs out. Like, how you want to be a rapper? You don't even want to have your song on SoundCloud. And then when it's out there, part of it's promoting it, letting people know it's out there, telling people, hey, check my song, check my song, check my song. You can't be too scared to promote yourself and say, check the song, else no one's going to hear it. Then you go, oh man, no one hear my song. I thought it was going to be big star, this, that. Everyone else doing that. They just then you can become bitter and a hater and make excuses for yourself. Oh man, if I had this, I had that. You don't even want to tell people your music out, so you're not going to get anywhere. If you can't even say, yo, check my music out, check my new freestyle out. You can't even do that. That's bare minimum. The people, that are down to do the most to get their stuff out there definitely win over people who don't even want to do the bare minimum. You can't even get some people to tell others about their music. There's definitely truth in that statement. I've known people to not want to promote their own music except people should just know and check to it on their own. How? The way the algorithm works on these social media sites, they might not even know you made any posts or statements or statuses in the last 2 or 3 months. I'm like, you still on Facebook? You still on Instagram? Still on Twitter? I get stuff like that all the time. I'm like, yeah. And then I have to blame the algorithm, explain that the algorithm doesn't even show it. Then you have to like send it to them, email it to them, or send it to a DM or tag them in the next status or whatever. So they'll see, nah, I'm still doing my thing. They just don't want to show it because they don't want to sit back and give that kind of power to the average people. Because then, let's say you have 50,000 subscribers or something. Let's say you have 100,000, and they let everyone see your post. How can they sell the ads? Because that's what they do, the ads. So they'll sell you the ads. So that way, let's say you have those followers or fans or whatever, you go to them, you have to pay them to promote that stuff to the people who follow you anyway, because they won't show it to the people. So, especially if it's not popping already. So, so that's the crazy thing. So you have to at least be able to say, yo, check my stuff out, check it. Yo, I got stuff, check it out, check this out, do this, do that, check it, promote it, at least put it out there, promote. So that's the other thing. You can't say, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to tell people about my stuff. I don't want to do all that. I just want them to know. You psychic? Oh, oh no. So and so has a new album out. How'd you know? I'm just psychic. I know these things. I don't know. Then some people will be mad at you when you did support. How you not going to support my new album? Nigga, you got an album? I didn't even know about the old one. Word. It was just last year. Oh, you put up the statuses about the football games and basketball games and who celebrities be dating. I didn't know you still did music. So there's people out there who own it like that. So you gotta take first step, then take a second, third, fourth, fifth. You'll get there. It might not get there when you want, but you'll get there. Sometimes you get the people who are blessed enough to get there sooner. Don't hate on those people. But yeah, everyone has their own journey. You can't say you won't get there. You just have to start walking and put the steps in so you can get there. You know what I mean? And don't be too down on yourself if you're not where you want to be, because it's still farther than some people. There's people who didn't start, who are just intimidated, scared to start, and they looking at you, admiring that you are actually walking. You actually started taking them steps. Like, dang, so you took them steps. Some people hate on you because you took them steps, and they deep down want to take steps, but they scared. So there's people who want to step. There's people who want to go ahead. They scared. They don't believe in themselves. And some people don't want to do the steps because they just lazy. They just wanted to land in their lap. Some people aren't scared. They just lazy. Like, nah, I just want it. I want to land in my lap, fully blown situation, everything working the way it's supposed to work. And I have nothing to do but benefit from it at the highest level. Yeah, not gonna happen. Even if it falls in your lap, it won't be fully blown. You're gonna have to do things to make it work, make situation work. That's just common sense, like for anything. It's not anything real big and important. It's not going to just land. Oh, sweat, everything's working. Oh wow, look at me. I have a franchise now. I have a burger. I have a new burger franchise now, and it's successful. Well, it was just wake up this morning. Wow, it's just crazy. The infrastructure's all in place. Ain't that wild? I don't even have to look online to find out anything. It's just there. No, it's not going to happen. And it shouldn't happen like that because if it did, who would appreciate it? You just wake up, I don't got to appreciate this shit. Even if I mess it up, by next week, something even better is going to come across. Not because I deserve it, just because it will. Like, no, you know, no one would appreciate anything. It would just be there, you know? So it's just a whole bunch of people just messing shit up on purpose or just recklessly messing things up, recklessly going about things, not caring because, hey, something better will come along, whether I deserve it or not. And yeah, no, it's not going to happen like that. Like I said, unless you come from incredibly financially wealthy parents or, trust fund baby status, and they can just say, yeah, yeah, it's 500,000. Have fun. Whatever. Here's this, here's that, here's 850,000, here's a million. Unless you got like that, then you're gonna have to, learn how to do things and take them steps. You know, don't be afraid. You can do it. You can do it. Sometimes you might be closer than you think. You may think, oh man, it's gonna take a long time. Then you'll be one of those people that they have to take too many steps, and it's just, oh sweat. But you took steps. You still took steps. You just closer. Just not, wasn't as long of a journey for you as it was for other people. For whatever reason, I don't know. That's not any of my reason. That's between you and God and everything. Some people are meant to do certain things at a certain time. I believe that. Some people are meant to get to certain landmark places in their life early. Some people are meant to see that level of success later on in life. You have your people who are childhood stars. Let's take it to TV and movie and films. It's like there's child actors, people successful as kids. They're successful as children actors. But then you have people like Samuel L. Jackson, who what he's like in his 70s now. I think and he his first when he just first big role was like standout role, I believe was it Gator and Mo Better Blues, you know? 91, you know. It's 2025 now, so that was like his late 30s, like maybe like his late 30s, maybe early 40s. There's other actors and actresses that got on in their 50s, close to early 60s. But there's people on the other hand, like the twins from Full House, the Olsen twins. They've been lit since they was infants. They've been back then. They were stars when they were babies. Can you imagine being a baby, being a star? Their first steps was their baby steps. You know what I mean? Their first steps was baby steps. Okay, say the next line. Good. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That was that was them. That's part of their life. That's part of their journey. That they was meant to go through that early. But now you don't see them taking roles like that. They still living their life, doing their thing, but they was meant to get to that level, to reach that level early. Other people meant to reach it in their teens, some in their 20s, 30s, and so forth and so on. So I can't really co-sign being jealous of the journey of another person. What's in their cards is what's in their cards is in their cards. All I try to do is play my hand the best way I can. I'm playing to win. I'm just trying to make sure I play my hand correctly, and that's what I recommend to anybody. Play your hand the best way you can, and take that step. Take that step. Take that first step, then you can take that second step, the third step, fourth, and then take them steps. And you see, it ain't that bad. You'll be more confident, and before you know, you'll have people say, "Damn, how'd you get there?" You're like, "What?" You might not even be where you want to be, but there's people out there who respect how far you've come. You may be giving yourself a hard time. Like, damn, I should be here, it should be this. And that person, like, oh, I remember when you was way down there, scared to even take a step. Now look at you. You're doing good things. So sometimes you might not even see how good you're doing after you take that first step. You might be so acclimated to walking and stepping and doing the work that you don't realize how good you're doing. You're just saying, dang, I got these goals, I got to accomplish this. You might see the stuff you didn't do right, the stuff you're still working on, and not really pay attention to the good that you're doing. That happens too. Sometimes I'll do that myself, and people hop on my case about that, like, oh, you doing this, you doing that, and that, and that. I'm like, oh shoot, wow. That's one of them things. Take them steps, step by step, step by step. Step, step. No, stop. Messing with you. Okay, one more time. Step. Okay, really, you gotta take the steps, man. Yeah. Sometimes the first step is research. Then the second step is formulate a plan. Then the third step might be apply what you've learned. You should never be in a place where you're just saying, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna just learn, 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 research, 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 but I'm not gonna apply it at all. What's the point of doing it? Then you just read and read and know, but you have to implement what you know if you're trying to really get it the way you say you're trying to get it. You know, you got to plan your work, but then you got to work your plan. But analysis paralysis, I said that earlier, that's real, and that can keep you from working your plan. I know think you just be paranoid and stuck. Think about all the things that could go wrong. That's why you might have to just shut that down a little bit and just take that first step. Take that first step, then take second and third. That's my advice for whatever. Take the first step, whatever it is. If you want to be a barber, take that first step. Learn. I say learn what you need to do as a barber. Then the second step, start taking the other steps. Is it going to school to take up the art of barbering? I don't even know what to call it. See, first step, know what you call it. The act of being a barber. Is it barbering? No, the art of cutting hair. All right. So you learn how to cut hair. Go to schools, to the hair school, hair and cosmetic school, so you can cut hair and learn. Then I guess next step, go to a barber shop, and start, start cutting. Whatever the steps are, just learn if that's what you want to do. Learn and work yourself up to it. Some people mean well and they'll say, you should be here, you should be there. And maybe they're right. Then again, maybe they're wrong. Some people don't know the steps. They think the end result It's supposed to be like step four. They look at some that made it, like, no, that person that made him might have had a 5 year journey before they made it to that point where you just look at them and you're just admiring what they've done. But it looks like everything they do is just so on point. It may took them a long time to get there, or maybe it didn't, but maybe they had more people helping them. That happens too. Sometimes it's just the right things happen at the right time, and blessings happen, and a way just opens up, and you might get there faster. But research helps, so you have some idea of what's going on when it's on, so that way you don't be messed up. But yeah, don't be afraid. Take your first step. And if you are afraid, that's a human emotion. Just don't let being afraid keep you from taking the first step and the second or third. And don't let laziness keep you from taking steps either. All right. Wish you all the best while you're stepping and walking, walking and stepping. Get it, get it, get it. And all the people that's taking steps, I salute thee. The people that just started stepping, the people that say from this seeing this podcast say they're gonna step, I salute, tip my hat. And to the people who've been stepping way before me and gotten way further, tip the hat. And even if you haven't been stepping as long as me, walking, cool, I still tip the hat. You know, you know, you know. And this is it, baby. You vibe with Reeves. Now we do Fridays. You vibe it with Reeves. ReevesENT.com, and subscribe to the YouTube. Mr. Reeves is here, Bible with Reeves. Check this podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Get the, in the words of Martin, get the stepping.